welcome to another exciting episode of SISTA Talk. My name is Nenoh Ndiema. It's always such a pleasure to have you on set. It's wonderful to see that you make time to listen and to learn from each lady, each wonderful woman of God that He brings our way. And so today is no exception. We have a unique story. I mean, I look at this lady and I'm wondering, how do you do it? And what got you to that point where you knew that this was God's perfect will for you? And so today we have a love story. Can you imagine? Oh, and to good times, we have a love story from a lady. She will introduce herself and you will know why I am calling it the love story, because it has many intrigues, but beautiful things to learn and to just know that we don't have to look for perfection. We simply have to value what God has given us and do the best with it. That's about all we need to do. Just be faithful with what God has given us. So talk to us on our social media handles at Elevate TV Kenya, Kila Mahali. Look for us on Facebook, on Instagram. Look for us on YouTube, and we will be glad to interact with you. So welcome, Celine. Please introduce yourself to us.
Thank you. My name is Celine Kiki. I'm born again. I love Christ, my personal savior. And I'm happy to be here today.
Karibu.
At least it's been a while.
We've been looking forward to having you as our guest. Could you tell us a bit about family? Do you have family? Are you serving in church somewhere?
Celine
or
is
what
married.
do you do? Oh, Celine is married.
Yes, to Okiki.
Oh, Okiki is your husband?
Yeah, Okiki is my husband.
Okay.
And we have one baby girl. She's 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I thank God.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So I'm married.
Oh,
yes.
Nice. What do you do? Where do you fellowship? I mean, what do you do for Christ and for yourself? What do you do?
Okay, before I got married, I was in praise and worship. And my church used to be in 44 Abundant Life Worship Ministries. And when I got married, I joined where my husband fellowships.
Okay.
So we fellowship at Sitam Valley Road.
Oh, right.
That's where we got married.
Oh, wow.
And that's where we are still fellowshipping.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
How many years
Don't
married
know
now?
Not so much in ministry as the way I used to be in fellowship. I mean, in praise and worship, but still there's a way I'm serving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got married and you decided, let me not first go into back
just
into
learn
ministry.
where the Lord has taken me, because where the Lord has taken me, and I think I'm learning, and I've learned so much.
Oh, wow.
Of which now at least I'm ready to take it out.
Wonderful. You need to. If you are a praise and worship leader or a praise and worship member, the Lord wants to still use you. That's wonderful.
Exactly.
All right. So tell us about how many years married you said?
I think this is our 12th year.
Wow.
We got married in 2010, so this is our...
Congratulations. 12th year.
Yeah,
wow.
It's been a good journey. Can't complain.
Wow.
But I thank God.
You thank God in all things.
It's been nice.
Wow. So the reason you're here is because that story of marriage and, how you went through your dating is rather unique to many of us, because, we don't get to see that other side of life the way you see it. And maybe you can just tell us a bit about how you met with your husband. Were you singing praise and worship and then you were spotted? How did you even meet in the first place?
How we met is it's unique, it's funny, but God's ways are not our ways. And before then, my husband is deaf, so we communicate in sign language.
Yeah.
So that's our language. But when I was praying for someone to get married to, it never occurred to me that I'll get into the other side. Yeah. But when I came to realize that God's ways is not our ways, and His plans are not our plans.
That's true.
And sometimes you'd want to go this way and God is taking you the other way. So I'd finished my college and I wanted to do a sign language class. And I don't know from nowhere. So my pastor, she's a mom to us. She was a praise and worship leader. So she was our leader, and we used to pray a lot with her. So I just told Mom, I feel like I just want to learn sign language. I don't know why. Then she was like, go for it.
Wow.
So I went to Nairobi, University of Nairobi, to inquire. Then I was told, I just chilled there, not enrolling, but with time, they will call me back. So before then, because I did dressing and I make clothes, and so there's this client of mine that I worked for. I did something for her nice and she was interested in it. So she told me, Celine, where are you? Can you come and help me do some jobs here? So I was like, since I was free, let me go. Then she was like, Celine, it's not me. There's a friend of mine who's an old man, not very old, but he's a good guy. I want you to go and if you can help him. Then I was like, it's okay, I'm free. So I went and I met this, it's called Agoi, I think. Yeah. So I went, I met Agoi, and Agoi was like, hi, you're the perfect, you will work with me. So he taught me, and then he was like, now here, we can communicate a little bit. Then he told me, at least now you'll be handling people who are hearing here. And when my friends who are deaf comes here, you'll just talk with them. So I'm like, still I don't understand sign language. How will I communicate? And he was like, no, you're here, so I'll teach you.
So you're going to work with someone who is partially deaf? Is it partially?
He's deaf.
But
deaf. At least him became deaf when he was around 10, 11 years. At least he can communicate.
Oh.
Yeah.
So does he write? How are you communicating with this person?
At least verbally.
Or just a bit?
A bit, yeah. So you can pick some words. It's like a small baby learning to
to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can make her understand exactly what they're trying to say. So he's telling you that now he wants to work with you in that place so that you help the ones who come and they are not able to communicate with you.
So I was like, there's no interview. He was like, no, there's no interviews. Okay, started working. And even I enjoyed because now he was teaching me sign language, ABCD. So at least every morning we could go worship, pray. And then in sign language, so he said, we are not going to use any other language. You're going to, I'm like, okay, I'll learn one by one. Yeah. So I learned, and at least I had interest in learning sign language. So I was motivated, and when the school closes, because most of them have college, my husband is a teacher in that college, Current Technical Institute for the Deaf. Okay. So they could come. Like my boss was their mzee. So they could come, go. I think that is where he spotted me. And I worked with him like 2-3 years. Okay. So at least I knew sign language. Yes. And
for free?
Yeah, for free.
It was a free class.
So at least I learned, and it's a nice language anyway.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So he told me, because before the sign language came, as in they used to verbal, as in the lips reading. Okay. So you can read your lips and know what you're talking about. Okay. So now at least people learned about children who are hard of hearing. Yeah. They can go to school. So the school started coming in. Yeah. And missionaries came and they had schools, so people could learn sign language, and parents with their children with the hard of hearings could take their children to school. And that's how they come to learn about A, B, C, D up to Z. Okay. So I got interested in the language, but I never thought I would get some.
Why?
I don't know.
You never thought why God is?
I never thought
So
here comes Tom. Tom is born again, and he could come say hi, and then he goes hi, and goes, and I never thought. Yeah. So one day he just told me, can we go out? At least I knew how to communicate better. Okay. And then taking me out, said, okay, fine, happy tea or coffee, fine. Yeah. So it was like, I've been observing you, and it's like, I like you.
Really?
I'm like, what?
He's totally not able to verbalize?
Like he can a little, but at least I knew sign language, so communication wasn't a problem. So I started, how is this now? Yeah. Then he said, just told me, take your time, go pray about it. Yeah. I'm going to pray about it, but to me, there's nothing to pray about. I'm going to thank God because already I've gotten what I want.
Him now?
Yeah. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? Why are you sure? So I'm like, no, just go pray about it. And to me, I took it lightly.
You didn't even pray about it?
I didn't pray about it. I took it lightly, and I just went and was like, why is this guy telling me this? Nairobi men, no, they don't. They like playing. So I said, let me concentrate.
So your issue was not even the fact that it's maybe the fact that you're able to communicate on sign language only or something. Your issue was just Nairobi men.
I'm like, this is also another one. One of them, being he's seen me, I know sign language. He's taking advantage. And I said, he'll give up.
Yes, he must.
I just said he'll give up. Because most of men don't really like chasing for long.
But
true. He really tried. He's a man of patience.
You kept him.
Of course.
Celine. By the time you were saying yes.
I had to communicate with God seriously, because now God, I didn't want to make any mistake.
Yes.
And I don't want to regret.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you do something in haste, then later you regret about it.
Yes.
So I didn't want to regret about it. So I later went to my mom, my spiritual mother, called Pastor Anne. And I told her, Mom. Then she was like, there's something you want to tell me. She was like, and then I asked her, how did you know? And God spoke to me about something.
Wow.
And keep it another time. If you God spoke to you.
You don't want to hear?
Then, again, she was like, there's something you wanted to tell me and now you're dodging me. Can you tell me? Then I was like, I thought you've forgotten about that issue. And she just told me, just tell me. Now I told her, there's this guy. There is so much. Though he has all the qualities that I wanted.
Oh, wow.
Someone who's just above, he loves God.
Yes.
Because a man can love you, and maybe can love what you have in you, but he doesn't love the Christ in you. So this guy loves God, and he's a man of God. So I'm like, God. So God, why do you bring this kind of person? So I have a problem with God now. Why are you bringing this man in my life? Yet he has everything that I wanted, but can't you do something also? So I started giving God conditions.
One must make him speak and hear as
And he told me, one thing he told me, so I had to tell him the truth, why I'm not really giving in. One thing he told me, to you I'm deaf, but to God I'm not. Even another person I'm not.
Wow.
Even if I walk like, I go outside walking like another person, will not tell I'm deaf unless you communicate to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I just told me, no, please don't even give me your answer now. That was like after a year. I think he went back to college because then he came back again.
So you used to have dates, but not dates as such, but maybe coffee once in a while.
Once in a while.
But still,
you're
still waiting for him to speak.
Yeah, I still waiting. God, you do miracles and do a miracle. Yes. Then funny enough, it was just me who had a problem. All my friends.
Wow.
All liked my him. People liked him. Then I started now, I shared again with my mom. She was like, you waste time. That is what she told me. Endelea kuringa. So another time, when after church, then we had a meeting. Then my cousin also, she called me. I want to talk to you. Then she was like, I knew that's the same thing that you want to tell me about. So I decided, what is it that you want? Mama Dana wants to tell me about yours. And I said, let me listen to her. And she was like, Celine, where's my brother-in-law?
Okay. You said which one?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, because I looked at her and which brother-in-law? Then he told me, you're joking. God told me, God showed me the future of your husband, exactly how he looked. And I said, that's your dream, that's your prayers.
Not mine.
Not mine. I think I was stubborn anyway. But when God says it is him.
Yeah.
So I think after 3 months, then I started becoming serious. Why is it so? Why is it everyone is like, Celine, Celine? Could it be I'm doing something which is not right and God is really taking me to this? So I also wanted to test his patience if he's the right person now. So
So you kept him waiting?
Yes, I did. He came to church And the first day he came to church, he followed me to church. He wanted to know, is this girl really born again? So when he came to church, I was in the pulpit. The praise and worship.
Or the church you were in?
Yeah, we were in. So he came for the service.
Wow.
So I didn't know he was in the church. Kumbi had come earlier when the first service started until the end of the service. So after the first service, we went for a break and we came back. So Kumbi had sat, the first time he had sat behind. So this time he moved up the front seat.
So you saw him?
I saw him. I was like, God. So he said, then I just went down and said hi to him, and then said, I'm happy to come here, and I've seen you. It's a beautiful church and all that. So I said, I will come. I wanted just to see where you fellowship.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to our church.
Yeah.
So he went back. I said, okay. So the other time he said I will come. So this time when he said he was going to come, then I said, no, I'll not be in. Because I had planned after the service to go and see my cousin.
Okay.
So he said, I will wait for you. He really waited.
Whoa. You kept the man waiting.
I kept the man waiting.
Celine, have mercy.
Because I was also testing his patience, can he? So he waited, and around 3, he texted me, because we communicate when you're fine, communicate through text.
Yes.
So he texted and said, kindly check on your watch. Then I checked, it was 3. And he still waited. So I said, this guy. So I went to Thika to see my friend, my cousin. So on my way, I asked another cousin woman who was very close to me. Billy, imagine Tommy is in wrong. 44 waiting for me.
Wow.
So what Billy told me, just do the right thing. Then I said, if you're not even telling me what I should hear, then I
do the right
thing. So do the right thing. I went and met him.
Yeah.
I just told me, I really apologized because I didn't expect
keeping
it. Yeah.
Yes.
He understood and told me it's okay.
Yeah.
What I wanted to see you, and I wanted to know where you live, and that's okay. Let me just come back. So he went home.
Wow.
And I started feeling guilty
as
usual, and I said, God, now let me just be serious.
You're overdoing. The waiting is now
over.
The
waiting is over, and let me just do the right thing.
Yeah.
So I started seeing what I did want to see.
Okay. Also, you were stopping yourself from releasing your heart and allowing him in. Okay.
So I started seeing there's something special about this guy that I'm really running away from.
Yes.
And God is. Then my mom, my spiritual mother, told me again, remember, you wanted to learn sign language. What was the point of learning sign language?
That's true.
Did you know God taking you to another ministry that you knew about? Then
That's very true.
Okay, I can see.
Yeah.
So I dissolved my heart.
Wow.
I accepted.
Wow.
And to my surprise, there's a time I was trying to dodge.
You have done a lot of Jonah in this.
Yes, I did. Just to be sure.
Yeah.
God, where am I going to?
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it and then go away.
But do you think you would have done that much? Or had you, okay, let me ask it like this. Had you dated before and did you have to confirm?
Yes, I had.
Oh, so that's just how you do your... You don't just allow your heart to...
I don't allow my heart just to...
Okay.
So this time around, I had said, nimeenda home. Kumbe I had not gone home.
You lied, not I had said.
I lied. So, then, I don't know, I even asked him, why are you following me? Then I was like, no. Ask Dave, what happens with you? You have 6th sense.
Okay.
There's another sense in me that told me you're still around. So imagine I was in a supermarket, and guess when I was just stepping out, Tom was there at the entrance. I'm like, then when I went back home, I told God, there's something that you're doing that I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
So another second test. This was just the last test. Now God, there's my friend who was supposed to wed in August that year.
2010.
So
is it or 2009 now?
2009.
Yeah.
So we had gone for a meeting. And I knew now, even if Tom comes, he knows where I live, he knows where I stay. So I decided I'll come to your place just to see your area and go back home. That is what he could do. Just come, then say hi, then.
Wow.
Then I said, today I'm not there. I'm at my friend's function. And
it was true.
It was true, yeah. So we left, and I got a lift to my house. And I told Tom that I'm still in church. But now I knew maybe he'd just give up and go back. So this time around when we came, we took another route because I was given a lift, so we took another route. You guess what? When I was getting into my house, because I had planned I'd get into the house. If this guy is really, really, really from God, I want to see what will happen. So I just get into the house and locked myself. Guess to my surprise, I'd forgotten my tap. The taps, because there was no water at that time. So from the house was full with water.
So you had to open your door and clean it.
I got the children were waiting for me outside. Hey, come, nyumba yako imejaa maji. So I said, oh my God. I was busy with the kids now. They were helping me remove. When I turned, Tom was on the door standing. And God, Akimungu, you were embarrassed me.
You were supposed to have locked the door and hidden inside.
I just keep quiet and said, no, this guy, I want to see if he's really from God. But now, this time I said to God, now, I just went down and knelt and prayed. I just cried. I told God, I'm so sorry. I'm running away from your will. I'm running away from what you want me to do. But let me just do your will. But for sure, it was God's will.
Wow. Wow. We honor him for his patience because clearly so many would be like, let me just give up.
She's the only girl around, but he was patient.
Wow. I really am looking forward to hearing how the wedding day or the day of you just, sealing the deal, how that happened, because now we are talking in sign language.
Yes.
You truly, truly understand what he is saying, but how then did the whole service go? Because I think you said you did it at Sitam Valley Road. So how does that happen? But I'm looking forward to that one. But just before that, just tell us a hint about. So you, of course, I guess he asked you now, can you then be my girlfriend? And then dating happened. How long did dating? Oh, he proposed.
It took like 3 years for me to say yes because I was really, God, no.
Going round and round in circles was 3 years.
I really didn't want God. I didn't want
to make a mistake. Which is good, to be careful.
Because I've seen it happen, and I really didn't want to make a mistake. So God, I said, even if it's going to take time, let me just be sure that the day I will say, yes, I do, I'll be doing it fully, not saying that you do it and the next minute, the next day, I want out.
That's true. That's very true. So how long did you date? Okay, so 3 years for the chase.
Then another year for now.
Oh, now dating.
Because when I said yes, because I knew that
when you said yes, it was
I
yes.
already know everything that I wanted is well, it's perfect, and he's a good guy.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So I came to this.
So you did more of your exam before dating. But now a lot of the dating, the dating was not too long.
It wasn't too long. It was like after 6 months we got married.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So the 6 months was really wedding preparation.
This is one,
So
now it was something that the second year I started dissolving. This guy.
You can't be too hard. You can't be too hard to get.
Sometimes it was too.
By now, sign language. By the time you were even getting to date, sign language for you was just normal. You understood it almost fully.
Yes.
You were still working with the
I worked with him up to the last minute.
Oh, really? So you're saying he proposed in church?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So that is now proposal for marriage.
For marriage.
How did that go? Just tell us in brief, and then we take a short break. You're even laughing. Was it during the service? Was it?
No, before he proposed, I had to introduce him to my family.
Okay. Yeah, true.
Because now when I introduced him, my uncle whom I lived with, I studied when I was young and to college, is a pastor.
Oh.
So I just told him that I have a guest who is coming to see you. Already I told him this guy, ABCD.
Yes.
And I told her, was okay. So when he saw Tom coming through the gate, he was like, this is the guy.
Wow.
So I was like, how did you know? He just
You
told
had
me.
a million confirmations.
Yes. Then God told
Wow.
me, the way he's come dressed, this is what I saw.
Wow.
Because he had not seen
Wow.
me before. So this is him.
Oh, I love that.
So I said, okay, God, okay.
You mean God speaks on behalf of them?
He
Maybe?
does.
He just really cares about the
Yeah,
special
he does.
one. Okay.
So
proposal in 1 minute.
proposal came.
Then we'll even want to get
So
a bit
so
more
he
from
became
it.
friends with my cousin,
Okay.
whom I introduced him to.
Mm-hmm.
So the proposal came. And before that, I had to introduce him to my pastor as well.
Yes.
So now you propose, then the plan starts off.
Yes.
Yeah. So he came, I didn't know, with my cousin church, but he told me I will come.
Your church?
Yes, my church.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So he came with my cousin, and then they were sitting together. So then that time, he came and said, when visitors were invited, he came. Kumbe had the carrying, and I didn't know. So when I saw him going, and he couldn't, I interpreted for him. Then he said, and I have proposed there, and came with the ring, knelt down with my cousin, and he's like, God. Okay, people were like, the whole church was like,
you were going to interpret, to translate for those of...
because he's a friend who has come to church, he doesn't.
We need to take a short break. I told you this is a love story and a half. Wow. I love the fact that God took Celine through the process of just melting and just allowing God to do his perfect will. So I want us to take a short break, but we'll be right back right after the break.